on, everybody? Happy Friday. Thanks for being here with us on Northern Life, closing out the week with us. A lot going on in the old weather department here this weekend with the rain, snow, and ice. And now we're going into April. It's like, when do we just knock it off? You know, it's annoying. Mother Nature just does whatever she wants.
I thought March was supposed to go out like a lamb.
Yes.
Come on, what is this?
In like a lion, out like a lion. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous.
It's going out like a sprinkler right now.
Yes,
yeah.
It's like, shut it off. Somebody shut it off. Mother Nature, somebody call her up. What is going on?
Don't shut the TV off, because we'd like to hang out with you this afternoon or evening for our 6:30 viewers. So yesterday, if you weren't with us, we were talking all about anniversaries. We had the anniversary of Tommy Boy, which we learned did have the cameo of Duluth, Minnesota on the street sign from our director, Shania. The other anniversary we were talking about, the Jonas Brothers. That's what we were talking about. How about one more for the Office fans out there? You can now channel your inner Michael Scott at a Chili's in Scranton, Pennsylvania. The restaurant chain opening a new retro restaurant there that pays homage to the show. It's opening April 7th, 20 years after the iconic Dundies episode, which first aired on NBC.
20 years?
Yeah. Don't we feel old now?
Yeah, seriously.
Golly.
Yeah.
Is this a commercial with all the old characters in it? This is awesome.
It looks like their new marketing effort. David Wallace there.
Yep, David Wallace, of course.
Oh, the great episodes at Chili's on the Office, the baby back
there's
ribs.
a couple episodes, isn't there?
You're right.
Very
I feel God in this Chili's tonight.
Yeah, and they spill the chili.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah,
also
and
spill the
Many
chili.
chili references.
Yeah.
A lot of chili.
That's one of those shows that I quote often in my life. That's SpongeBob and Seinfeld. Those three I quote.
SpongeBob, a big one.
Oh, SpongeBob, the best. Coming up today here on Northern Life, a Michigan man is on an incredible mission, making sure kids have a bed to sleep on. And we meet the builder who has now found dozens of volunteers to help him tackle an overwhelming need. So, very kind soul in this story.
Yeah, then later we have a studio chat to round out the week, talking about the 12th annual Zenith Digital Marketing Conference that's coming to Duluth next month, and I'm super excited to share that I'm going to be on one of the speakers at this year's event.
Hey!
I was so flattered when they asked me to take part on a panel. I don't think I've ever been on a panel.
What are you going to talk about? Marketing?
Yeah, we're talking about
Great.
how marketing professionals can best work with the media to get earned media for their company.
Nice.
Yeah. So what they should include in a press release maybe, and how to make it easy for folks like us to cover their stories. So I'm excited
smart.
about it.
Wow.
Yeah, it should be great. Until then, though, the Major League Baseball season is now officially underway, and guess what, you guys? This is big news. Coming up on Monday, you can watch the Brewers take on the Royals right here on our Northern News Now network. Very nice. We're going to be sharing the broadcast on the Duluth CW starting at 1:10. It'll be the first of 10 total games you can find throughout the season on our airwaves for the Brewers. So I think there's a lot of Wisconsin fans out there pretty excited.
Really special stuff. It's not often you get to, I have the bunny ears at home still on the antenna. It's not often you get to watch, big-time professional games on your local television like that. So really special.
Fantastic news, definitely.
And how about this? Not only are we sharing a few Brewers games this summer, this week we have learned our owners at Gray Media have reached a new partnership that'll allow us to watch the Twins and St. Paul Saints a few times during the season on the My9 Sports Network. Our first Twins game is coming up on April 15th. That's against the Mets. Meanwhile, our first Saints game that we'll be airing is coming up on April 27th.
That is cool.
Yeah, very good news. This is something I learned when I got into TV, is that these big corporations have to make deals with different things to make sure they can air them on our airwaves. Like when I was little, I just always thought Channel 6, NBC. But they have to actually make a deal with NBC to make sure they can air NBC content on these airwaves.
True. A lot of people think we have a lot more local control here than what airs on our channel. But yeah, we really don't. We get a lot of phone calls saying something like, can you tell Lester Holt this for me? And we're like, we don't have a direct line
Right.
to our friend Lester.
But sometimes we get cool opportunities like this. So hopefully maybe down the line, Timberwolves games might be aired here on Gray Media. Oh, one can only hope for me. Yeah.
And so cool, St. Paul Saints games? I didn't even know those were televised in the first place. So
Right.
That's awesome.
Right, and hey, let's stay with the Saints for a little bit. That's because if you want to attend one of those minor league games in person down in the Twin Cities this year, they're offering a 6-foot-long hot dog, which is being billed with the great name Land of 10,000 Calories. The dog is loaded up with pulled pork, mac and cheese, French fries, and jalapenos. You're going to want to bring some friends. It comes with fries and 4 drinks when you attend a Saints game down at CHS Field.
Is that the length of it?
That is the length of the hot dog, I believe.
Oh, my Lanta. That's taller than me.
I don't even know how you carry that down to your seat without actually spilling something on the person in front of you or the people you're trying to squeeze by.
You put it up like on your shoulders and walk like several people down.
You're going to have to hold it above your head.
It's like a scarf. You got to wrap it around your neck.
Oh, man.
2 feet for each of us. I think we could tackle that thing. Huh? Let's give it it a shot.
And on the job for this summer. Yeah, can we do it?
You gotta bring utensils and a lot of napkins.
Severe gut issues. That won't work out too well.
Right.
In a few months, future college grads will be grabbing their college diplomas. And on the East Coast at the University of Maryland, students will get a commencement speech from Kermit the Frog.
Oh, that's so
The
cool.
university says the beloved Muppet will offer words of optimism and encouragement as students embark on a new chapter in their lives. Muppets creator Jim Henson graduated from that university back in 1960, so kind of a full circle moment there. How neat would it be to have someone as iconic as Kermit the Frog?
That would be
Yes.
so cool.
Speaker, yeah.
I'd try a Kermit impression right now, but that probably would not go very well.
Let's hear it. Come on, just for fun.
Oh, Miss Piggy.
It didn't take much for Ryan to give it a try. We're like, do
Oh,
it.
the
Like,
Coke
okay.
thing.
Oh, find it? The Rainbow Connection? That's
pretty good.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
Yeah,
It could be better. It could be a lot
Oh,
better.
it could be
Now,
better.
When I was reading it online, it said Kermit the Frog's going to be speaking at UMD. And I go, oh my gosh,
Oh,
at UMD,
yeah.
University of Maryland.
Of course.
Gets
Yeah.
me every time when I search
Yeah.
UMD. It always pulls up Miracle.
Not great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, have fun, Kermit. A nationwide study by Prodigy Education reveals that 64% of Americans suffer from a thing called math anxiety.
Yes.
Math anxiety typically starts young and sticks around, apparently with Briggs here. Middle school, the prime time for math fears to take hold. As for why that is, the top culprits include fear of failing, not understanding the concepts, and struggling with basic calculations. Briggs, what is it about math you don't like?
All of the above there. All of the above, Ryan. I like words a lot better. Math just freaks me out. I can relate to the anxiety.
It's funny because I hated reading in school. Now I do it for a living.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll see you with a studio chat when we come back after the break.
Welcome back, everybody. No matter what line of work you're in, marketing yourself, your product, or your company is crucial. And the most effective ways to do that will be a big conversation at the 12th Annual Zenith Digital Marketing Conference next month. We have a couple organizers of that event here with us today. Aubrey Hagen is with the Duluth Area Chamber of Commerce, and Leah Scudamore is with Aim Clear, a local marketing agency. Thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. First off, Aubrey, tell us a little bit about what people can expect from this conference.
This is an amazing conference. I mean, it's honestly a national level conference that Aim Clear helps us bring to Duluth. So we're thrilled to be bringing it back again. All event proceeds support the Fuse Duluth Young Professionals program, which is the Duluth Chamber's Young Professionals initiative. We seek to attract and retain young local talent in the area. And it's actually Fuse's 20th anniversary this year.
Amazing.
So we're just really excited to be celebrating that in tandem with another great year of Zenith. So you can expect international and nationally renowned speakers, as well as some really fabulous local speakers in the lineup as well. And there's truly something for everyone, whether you're a marketing army of one or if you're a larger agency. So I really like how accessible Aim Clear always makes the topics, because everyone can find something that they can take away from the conference.
Yeah, and I was looking over some of those session topics. There's a great range of highlights there. Tell us about what people who are attending can expect to learn during the conference.
Well, everything right now is AI, right?
Yes.
Everybody's talking about how AI is making their world either better or driving them crazy. But most of the time, AI is making your day-to-day stuff easier, faster, more simplistic, helping you make decisions faster by doing those pivot tables for you, making it so you don't have to do those time-consuming tasks necessarily every day. I know that I've, as a marketer, become really faster at what I'm doing on a day-to-day with analyzing data because of the things we're learning through the different chat bots and the LLMs, language learning models like ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini or whatever we're using to help support clients. So this year, a lot of the topics are going to include how to use those tools to make you a better, more efficient marketer, do more with less time.
I can imagine, the world of AI, ChatGPT, all of those technology pieces can be very overwhelming if you're not familiar. And so just, having those conversations, I bet, is really important for people.
Yeah, and the tracks we have set up this year are going to give you tactics to take home and start doing immediately and make your day-to-day easier. So the whole thing from whether you're talking about SEO, which is search engine optimization, the way sites rank on Google, right? That's search engine optimization. That's changing this year. In the last 6 months, people have lost traffic, sometimes double digits month over month, because Google's not sending traffic to your website anymore. It's not your SEO doing the wrong thing. It's not your marketing team doing the wrong thing. It's just that's the way it is now. So coming to Zenith, learning the tactics to still get the conversions, with less traffic. So, and conversions being your leads, your revenue, your growing your membership. Whatever the case is, whatever your tasks and goals are, that's what Zenith is going to help you excel at this year.
And I love that you guys have a mix of, like you were saying, some national level professionals and some local folks. Tell us about why you think it's so important to include local marketing professionals in this conversation.
Oh, I love that Aimclear gives so much love to local speakers, because I feel like there's so much learning to be done right here, homegrown in Duluth, but then also pair that with someone that works, for example, at like CBS Digital Paramount Global is one of our keynotes. That name recognition is so huge, so you get to come to this conference knowing like I'm going to hear from a really amazing marketing professional from a brand I'm super familiar with, but I'm also going to hear from leaders from, you know, Bailey Builds, Wild State Cider, MAS Marketing, local news professionals, local nonprofits, people that we know here in Duluth and what they're doing, which I think is such a relatable thing. Like, well, if these leaders here in Duluth are doing this, I can absolutely do it and I can learn from them. So I think that value is so important. And it's also important to really uplift the marketing talent and the firms that we have here in Duluth, because we have so much talent when it comes to marketing firms, when it comes to marketing professionals. So I think having that mix is so critical. And I also like knowing that a small business owner just starting out, or a nonprofit leader that maybe, you know, just got promoted to marketing or maybe executive director can walk into Zenith and find something accessible and feel really welcome.
So you don't necessarily need to be a marketing professional to attend,
not at
right?
all.
No, come as a newbie and drink from the fire hose. You might not remember or know what to do with it right now, but as you continue to grow month over month, you're gonna remember things like 3 months from now, 6 months from now. I remember when that person talked about that. I know them now, I've networked with them. You get to, get to be friends with these speakers, you get to be friends with the local talent. That's where the win is for everybody, from the new to the pros. It's the networking, it's the learning things new, it's the trying things new, and taking home tactics at the end of the day that you can do the minute you open your laptop.
Absolutely.
And
what's really nice is there are 3 tracks. And so it says, one track is all or any levels. One track is intermediate to advanced. And then that other track is like do it yourself, small to medium business, nonprofit, startup. So you really know what you're going to get, kind of intermediate or, level wise when you join in that track.
Definitely, so much to learn.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being here. The Zenith Marketing Conference is April 10th, by the way, at the Grace Lawn Ballroom and Zeitgeist Theaters in downtown Duluth. We're going to have a link to sign up as registration is still open. That'll be on our website, northernnewsnow.com. Thank you guys again so much for being here with us today, and we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get to an impressive feat from a Wisconsin 10-year-old. Keelan Snyder has been water skiing for 26 months in a row. Yes, this is incredible. She has set a goal to ski every month of the year on a lake in Wisconsin until she hits 50 in a row. As for why she does it, she says, I just like to be on the water. I guess no matter what the conditions are like.
Yeah.
Naturally, like the next question, right? What happens during the winter with the ice frozen?
I think she said that the coldest she's been out is like 20 or something, so she must be in a southern Wisconsin lake hoping that it's not frozen over.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That'd be
that's
tough
insane.
if you hit some ice.
Yes, that would not feel good, I wouldn't think. That's very, very impressive, though.
Good on her, though.
Gotta have goals.
If you love something, do it every day.
I like that.
Yeah.
Just like us. Look at this. Ah, it's beautiful.
We're one and the same.
One and the same. Skiing on lakes, talking in studio here. Let's get to a pretty startling statistic on the other end. According to the nonprofit Sleep in Heavenly Peace, up to 3% of kids in our country don't have a bed, sadly. But in order to fix that, we meet the Michigan man who has made it his mission to lower that number one bed at a time.
On a cold Michigan morning, it's bunk bed delivery day.
Always a good day.
Jared Olson is about to warm up one family's life.
Doing 4 beds. Yeah, four little girls that need one.
A bunk bed and 2 single beds for a family in Lansing.
Morning, how are you?
Pretty good, how you doing?
Good. You want to just show us where we're going?
Okay.
But before any beds go up,
Raise your hand if you've been here before.
the bed frames have to be made.
Now raise your hand if you've never been here before.
Jared Olson is president of the Lansing chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace and chief handyman in charge.
Basically 3 assembly lines.
He helps dozens of volunteers turn raw lumber into all the parts needed to build bunk beds and single beds for kids who don't have one to call their own.
It was something that I was doing because I had the time to do it to kind of help give back, and it turned into something a lot bigger than we ever thought it'd be.
When he started volunteering 7 years ago, the need was overwhelming.
The first year, we had a wait list of, I think, about 750 or 800 kids in the first year. And that's when myself and a good buddy of mine who I'd roped in to help me started freaking out a little bit.
Jared didn't step back. He stepped up to the challenge.
It took us nearly 3 years to catch up that list, but we've continuously grown every year.
Oh, low ceiling. For Jared, what started as a bed-building pastime has grown into a life-changing passion. On this delivery day, Jared is changing the lives of single dad Walter Dittis and his 4 daughters.
Means a lot to him.
With the help of his 11-year-old daughter Ella,
Once you give me the drill, I need 3 more of these bolts.
Jared is piecing together pre-drilled lumber for a new way to slumber. These 4 girls, twin 3-year-olds, a 5- and 6-year-old, will soon have a chance to sleep in heavenly peace. But before the peace and quiet comes a noisy necessity that nobody seems to mind. And when the construction is complete and the new mattresses and bedding goes on, rest assured, Jared knows he has improved the lives of these 4 young girls.
I look back and say,
you can't come up here. That's
personally
your bed,
affected
okay?
X number of lives of kids. You know, and that's, to me, that's important.
Oh, that's so special. You can see how much they already love it already.
Yeah.
Hopping up on those beds.
Double forts and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Keeps them in shape too. That's a lot of work he's doing
Yeah.
to make those things.
Yeah, and great memories ahead for those kids too.
Very cool. We have a sweet story in store for you next week. We'll talk about it after the break.
Coming up Monday here on Northern Life, Ryan and I head to Farmer Doug's where we get to tap a few trees. I don't want to get the southern accent when I start talking about Farmer Doug, but that's
And
all right.
maple syrup, come on.
It's not like we're harvesting turnips or something.
Nothing more southern than tapping a few maple trees, right?
That's not what's going on, but we get to try locally produced maple syrup, and my gosh, it was delicious. So good, so carbolicious. Man, I could eat that for the rest of my life. That was amazing.
Yeah, definitely going on some pancakes. Super
Yeah.
good. But before we go, how about we get to a few fun Facebook Marketplace finds on this Friday? Let's start with one sent to me, but guess what? It apparently already sold online, so I couldn't get more info on it.
I'm sorry.
It was
What?
It was a 3-piece banana duck sculpture with a seller called, quote, whimsical banana duck yard art. Any interest?
Cute.
You'd get that, Briggs?
I would
That's
buy
cute.
it. Yeah, I think it's so cute.
Imagine them hanging out in the snow.
Yeah,
And then
I love 'em.
quickly, how about some ketchup? Someone is selling sealed in the original box 200 packets of Heinz tomato ketchup. They say it sells online for $20 new. It can be all yours in Manitowoc, Wisconsin for $10.
That's more my speed. I'll take the ketchup.
It goes perfect for the St. Paul Saints hot dog.
Yeah, there we go.
You don't need
That's
that many ketchup packets.
Perfect combo. Thanks for joining us this week. We love you.
We'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great and relaxing weekend.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.